Chapter 322. Enmity, skirmish. When Fungo Helen had convinced himself of the spies of the highlands, he gave his army orders to concentrate large numbers of troops at the transition points and keep themselves battle-ready for the eventuality of a slightest sign of an attack by the enemy. Throughout, they should behave as a defensive and protective force, and not as an attacking power. This was thus the command, and was conveyed to the whole army by courier in one day. And this time period was tightly measured. The army had hardly arranged itself partially to the orders of Fungo Helen, when an immense number of the best trained warriors of the highlands first examined the stability of the new avalanche debris pathway, and when found perfectly firm, they courageously walked unflinchingly towards the opposing forces, as if they did not exist. Fungo Helen noticed this brave earnestness, and therefore ordered a nearby 100,000 men strong division to attack and fend off the enemy, should they come closer to him than 10 paces. However, the enemy had no such intentions, but also concentrated itself in dense crowds at catapult distance, and sent 3 deputies to the shiny tent of the general, and had him ask what the vertical excavation of the mountains which started a decade ago had cost him. For their supreme commander wanted to know this, because he has come now to pay such large debt to the commander of Hanoch. For such an enormous sum of money and effort, calculated for the residents of the highlands only, could impossibly be demanded for free from their side. After such debt would have been paid, only then would they insist to collect the tithe for a decade, which was at that stage negotiated with King Graz and the then underpriest Fungo Helen. When Fungo Helen heard this, a satirical question, he was greatly indignant and said, "I am Fungo Helen myself, and have come here with a force of 2 million of the best trained warriors. I am now the real master of all of Hanoch and its immense empire. Do you want to mess with him, to whom the old Lord and God of heaven and earth has precisely indicated the place where you would break through to come down from your raven nests to the lowlands to devastate it like a swarm of locusts?" When the delegation heard this answer from the general, they said, "You command a powerful language and oppose us with the old, true deity. But then also we have to tell you what this same God spoke to us through a prophet. See, his words, in short, said this: once you have paved the way at the indicated location to the depths, in the manner as I have shown you, you will meet the great force of Hanoch. For I will deliver them into your hands by the brother of Noah, who has become averse to me because of his children. However, spare the brother and his children, for I will chastise them myself." See, that is our prophecy. But if you want to avoid all the bloodshed, surrender now willingly. Otherwise, no one is going to leave this desert alive, except for the brother of Noah and his children. When Fungar Helen heard this, his anger was kindled. He seized the three and killed them with his own hands. At that moment, Mahal got up and, guided by a higher power, moved with his family unstoppably to the enemy and told them about Fungar's iniquity. And this was the signal for a battle that afterwards never again had its equal. Because of Hanoch's army, only 1,000 men remained. And of the 3 million strong Highlanders, only 3,007 men. Henceforth, what further?